Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nur Annisa Hakim from English Education Department 2019, PBI A and Teaching Science Faculty, Alauddin State Islamic University of Makassar. In this opportunity, I will explain to you about morphology and syntax. It's about word. Without any further ado, let's move to the content. First is definition of words. What is words? For a long time, definition of word is still something debatable among linguists because there is not a clear indicator covering the essence of word. But despite the difficulty in defining word, some linguists define word as a linguistic sign which has meaning and form. It's accordance with O'Grady and Guzman's explanation that linguists define word as the smallest free form found in language. It is also in line with Arnold's view that word may be described as the basic unit of language. Then Katamba defines a word as a particular physical realization of that lexeme in speech and writing. In addition, Delahunty and Garvey define words as the units composed of one or more morphemes. They are also the units of which phrases are composed. In short, it can be concluded that word is a single unit of language that has meaning and can be either spoken or written. Of words. Dealing with word categories, linguists divide words of English into eight classes. Then 8 classes are divided again into 2 types. There are content words and function words. Meanwhile, dealing with its form, English words is also divided into 3 categories. There is simple words, complex words, and compound words. First is types of words based on their lexical categories. First is content words. Content words are also known as lexical words, have their own independent meaning and can occur in isolation. They have an open class system because they can accept new words with the expansion of vocabulary of the language. They include nouns, verbs, adverbs, and adjectives. First of content words is nouns. A noun is the name of any word that can stand as the subject or object of any sentence. There are basically 4 types of nouns. There are common nouns, proper nouns, abstract nouns, and also collective nouns. And the first of nouns is common nouns. Common nouns are words that name people, places, or things. As you can see on the table, that people, place, and thing. People, for example, man, girl, or boy. Place, example, school, city, shop. And the third is thing. Table, book, price, and etc. B. Proper nouns. Proper nouns are the specific names of a place, a person, or a thing. Proper nouns include names of people, places, names of companies, and name of month and day. The first letter of a proper noun is always written using a capital letter, such as people, John, Peter, a place, Jatim Park, Malino, Makassar, company, Microsoft, Amazon, and Nike, and month and day, February, April, June. B. Abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are nouns which cannot be sensed by our 5 senses. In this case, the nouns can be smelled, can be touched, can be heard, can be seen, as well as taste. The example of abstract nouns is ability, age, idea, love, knowledge, life, hate, opinion, and culture, and so forth. D. Collective nouns. Collective nouns are words that stand for either a group of people or a group of things. In other words, they refer to a collection of people or things. For example, a group of people can be staff or family or team or group. As for animal, can be colony or etc. The second point of content words is verbs. English verbs are a class of English words used to describe an action such as make, study, and write, show existence such as be, indicates possession such as have and has, or designate a state of things such as love, have, know, and understand. Generally, English verbs are classified into 2 classifications. There are lexical verbs and auxiliary verbs. First is lexical verbs. Lexical verbs are also known as main verbs as well as full verbs. They are words that carry lexical meanings. In addition, they can stand on their own in sentences without any help from auxiliary words. deal with grammatical functions, all lexical verbs can be formed into 6 forms by adding inflectional affixes. As you can see on this table that I insert to the PowerPoint, there are 6 forms. There are bare infinitive, third person singular, present participle, or also known as verb ing, past tense or verb 2, past participle or verb 3, and to infinitive, such as to do, to walk, to drink, to eat, to talk, and etc. Now, lexical verbs can also divide into two types, as we know that verbs include regular verbs and irregular verbs. B. Auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are also known as helping verbs. They never occur by themselves, they always appear with the main verbs. The third is adjectives. An adjective modifies a noun or a pronoun by describing, identifying, or quantifying a word. In other words, an adjective is a word which precedes and qualifies a noun or pronoun. As you can see, I insert a table of the PowerPoint adjectives such as heavy, large, full, sad, rich, poor, high, wild, and pretty. 4. Adverbs. An adverb is a word class that describes a verb. An adjective or other adverbs such as in the phrases speak fluently, very easy, and quite slowly. An adverb deals with supplying crucial information such as place, manner, time, condition, degree, result, purpose, and reason. As you can see at the table, there are 8 adverbs. Adverbs of time, place, frequency, numbers, manner, degree, reason, affirmation, or negation. Move to the second types of word, that function words. Function word is also known as closed class because it cannot be added by any component of language such as affixes. For example, the word more cannot be added by affixes such as the suffix s as plural marker. It will be completely understood only when they take place with other words in the sentence. Function words is divided into 5 types. There are pronouns, determiners, prepositions, conjunctions, and auxiliary verbs. First is pronouns. A pronoun is a word used instead of noun. It is utilized in order to substitute a noun earlier mentioned in a sentence. This is done in order to avoid unnecessary repetition of nouns in a sentence. You can see the table. I have put a table, six types of pronoun. The first is personal pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, distributive pronouns, relative pronouns, and interrogative pronouns. Second is determiners. A determiner introduces a noun phrase. In the case of the, for example, is used to introduce a noun which follows it, such as in words the boy. The refers to the boy that has been already mentioned. The examples of determiners are the, this, that, these, those, and so forth. Is prepositions. A preposition is a word or a group of words used before a noun or pronoun to show place, position, or time. For example, to, into, under, near to, back to, up to, in order to, on top of, or in front of. Fourth is conjunctions. Conjunctions is a word or a group of words used to combine one or more sentences. There are 2 conjunctions. There are coordinating conjunctions such as for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. And the second conjunction is subordinating conjunctions. The example is after, before, till, where, although, if, and etc. And the last for function words is auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are also known as helping words. They never occur by themselves. They always appear with the main verbs. In addition, there are 2 main types of auxiliary verbs. The first is primary auxiliary verb. Primary auxiliary verbs are a group of auxiliary verbs that not have their own meaning but help in the information of character tenses, such as be, do, and have. The second is modal auxiliary verb. Modal auxiliary verbs refers to the auxiliary which modify another verb. Typically, modal auxiliary verbs expresses possibility and necessity, such as can, may, will, shall, and must. The second types of words, their morphological categories. They are divided into three types: simple words, complex words, and compound words. The first is a simple word. A simple word is also known as basic English word. It's called simple because it's formed very simple without any attachment of affixes. Then it only has a single free base or a free morpheme. In addition, it can be attached affixes in order to produce complex words. Second one is complex words. Unlike simple words, a complex word is a word that contains one free morpheme and one or more bound morphemes. In other words, it's also derived from simple word through the process of affixation, such as adding prefix or suffix. And the third one, the last of this, is compound words. A compound word is the combination of two words to form a new word. In addition, it contains at least two free morphemes, such as homework, in which home and work are the free morphemes. Else, it may also contain two free morphemes plus one or more bound morphemes, such as typewriters. Type and write are free morphemes. Then, affix and s is a bound morphemes. C. Analyzing English words structures. Analyzing an English words can be done by analyzing all components constructing a word, such as identifying every single morpheme, affix, root, stem, as well as base existing in a word. Then, it can be done by classifying a word on the basis of its lexical category, whether a content word or a function word, and its morphological form, whether a simple word or a complex word or a compound word. To analyze all components, word structure tree is used in order to show the structure of a word. The first example is productivities. The lexical category, it is a content word dealing with a noun. The affixes, it contains three suffixes. There are suffix, if, and et are derivational affixes, whereas s is an inflectional affix indicating plurality, plural marker. The morphemes, it has four morphemes. Product is a free morpheme, and if, et, and s are bound morphemes. Root, stem, and base. The first product is its root. The second product is the base for productive. Productive is the base for productivity. Productivity is the base for productivities, and productivity is the stem. The last, the morphological form. It is a complex word because there are some affixes attached to it. Product, if, et, s. Productivities, productivities. And the last is mobilization. Mobile is tion, mobilization. Nah, the lexical category of mobilization, it's a content word dealing with a noun too. Affixes, it contains two derivational affixes. Those are is and tion. Morphemes, it has three morphemes, which is mobile is a free morpheme, then is and tion are the bound morphemes. Then root, stem, and base. First, word mobile is a root. Second, mobile is a base for mobilize. Mobilize is the base for mobilization, and it does not have a stem because there is not an inflectional affix in the word of mobilization. And the last is the morphological form of mobilization is a complex word. So because there are many affixes attached to it. Okay, that's all from me. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section below. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.